My biggest concern, without a doubt, has been my mental health, because it's not just the lockdown and being solo and the quarantine and all of that and the giving up of the present. It has a lot to do with giving up on the future. And when I mean the future, I mean the short-term future. So all these plans that I had for 2020, all these bookings overseas, all these concerts that I had planned here, it's like releasing it without losing your mind, you know? So when it started, I think I took about 4 weeks off where I didn't force myself to put out anything creative. I didn't force myself to do any work, because so many of the DJs were just, you know, everybody was doing IG Live and the market was saturated, and there were so many people doing it that nobody was actually even watching because there were so many options. So I figured relax, chill, exercise, cook, take some time for myself and get back into it when I felt mentally ready to get back into it. But I would say definitely my mental health has been the most important thing. I guess to keep a positive mind daily. Okay, the first thing is like I try not to be a cry over spilt milk kind of person. Like once the shit goes down, I try and, you know, take the hit and then release it and then keep it moving, because staying, keeping your mind focused on that isn't going to change anything. So I think for me, I think it's kind of creating a daily routine and trying to create short-term goals, because one of the toughest things is the uncertainty. We can't say, okay, dope, by October, we're gonna be ready to go. By December, yes, that's when we're gonna start throwing parties again. We don't know, man. It could be a year from now that we can start living life the same way that we used to be doing it. So for me, I'm not trying to plan for any of those things. I'm just trying to have my mind and my body like prepared, so when it does happen, I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? It's that stay ready so you don't gotta get ready mentality. That's what I'm trying to do. So the way I spend my days now, usually I'm a very regimented person. You know, I'm very disciplined in terms of when I'm exercising, when I'm practicing, when I'm doing this, all my meetings. Like that's the way that I have to run my life, because it's so crazy in between. Like, you know, I'm here for a week, then I'm in Cape Town for a week, then I'm in Thailand for a week, then I'm in Tanzania for a week, then I'm going to LA. Like there's a lot going on. So being focused and regimented is like such a big part of my life. And right now I've like thrown that out the window, because it's an uncertain time. Like things are crazy, nothing's normal. So what I've been doing on a daily basis is just doing whatever my body tells me to do, which I've never done. I haven't done that in so long, you know? So if I feel like staying up till 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., I'll do that. If I want to sleep till 11 a.m., 12, 1 p.m., I'll wake up when my body says I want to, because I'm not gonna force myself to do anything that I don't want to do right now. So I think for me, yeah, man, I do like a lot of different things throughout the day. So I'm like practicing, working on some mixes that I'm going to put out, track listing for some live sets that I've been doing, exercising, you know, for my mind, just to like release all this energy. I've been cooking a lot, man. You know, if you know me, that's one of the main things that I do is cook. So, you know, putting all of these things together, checking out recipes, just like things to fill my mind. And then at the same time, a lot of video calls. I'm calling a lot of people, communicating with a lot of people, especially old friends, people that I just didn't have time for. Like, you know, it would be like, all right, I'm gonna hit them up next week, and then shit comes up in your life. So now I'm having these conversations and catching up with a lot of people. So that's like one of my daily things that really helps to like soothe my soul and ease my mind. Kind of just answered it, but I'm gonna touch on it anyways. For the mental health aspect, there's really two main things that I'm doing, and that is exercising. I've been into it, like these home workouts, just because being trapped in the house, it's like you have to release this energy, and at the same time you want to keep physically fit, just for your own wellness. And it just helps, man. It just makes you feel better when you're exercising and getting this energy out and sweating. And two, it's just like constant communication with people. Like other people were lucky enough to do lockdown with their significant other or roommates or friends or whatever. For me, I try and do like a lot of video calls, catch up, see what's going on in other people's lives. A lot of these people I haven't spoken to in so long, you know, it's groups of friends from other countries and stuff like that. And I think this is one of the best things about this lockdown, is it has given me an opportunity to catch up with like a lot of long lost friends. So for me, being able to open up, being able to talk to people, hear the issues they're going through, talk about my issues, that's been one of the key components of like surviving this mentally. Nah, not really. I mean, I guess you can't say it's a habit, but I have been smoking more trees just because I'm home all the time, you know, and like I said, I'm doing whatever my body wants me to do. So if my body says, you know what, man, smoke a blunt at 3 p.m. and get creative, then I'm gonna do it. So I wouldn't say I've developed any new habits, but weeds, but that's not really a habit. Weed's good for you. Have I produced any new material? Okay, so during lockdown, I've been just trying to focus on ideas, and everything that I want to do mustn't be something that is specifically formulated for lockdown only. It must be something that I can run during lockdown, and then once lockdown is over, it can continue. So I'm working on a thing called Strictly Soul, which is going to be a weekly mix, maybe bi-weekly mix, that's going to focus just on like R&B soul, because if you know me, you know I'm an R&B thug. So it'll be everything across the board: 90s, 2000s, trap soul, Motown, everything, love reggae, everything, but as long as it's soul. So I want to do a weekly mix on that, and then once the lockdown ends, turn that into an actual event. Been doing some live stream sets internationally with some guys in the US, and that's really the main thing, man. I'm gonna put out some mixes also, but that's pretty much it. I'm gonna host a dinner for my friends. I'm a big dinner host person. Bring them over, cook, play some music, kick it, catch up, get everybody here, get the family here. And 2, or maybe even 1, depending on the time of the day, but I'm gonna go out and find a basketball game. I miss the game so much. I miss the sport. I love the camaraderie, everything, man. I'm gonna go out and hoop and host a dinner. Those are the 2 things I'm gonna do once this is over. I think y'all been doing a really good job. I mean, obviously there's limited resources and you can't just be giving away money and cutting like rent and stuff like that they do in other countries. But I think overall, man, it's been really admirable. I appreciate how Ramaphosa's been he's been a uniter, you know. He's been a man for the people. He's tried his best. Like, there's not a whole lot he can do. Like, if you look at like the shit show that's in America and how everything is so political and everything is so divisive, you know, it's like not what you need during this time. So I think overall, man, like, shout outs to the South African leadership. I think it's been very admirable. Any information, I think people need to stay safe. Yes, stay the fuck off of Facebook. Facebook, like, Wuhan might have been the epicenter of Corona, but Facebook is the epicenter for stupidity right now. There is so much stupid ass shit going around on Facebook. So many fucking conspiracy theories, like ridiculous things. Like, if you want to believe that, believe it, but don't convince other people. Like, don't get other people killed. People are going to get killed because of stupidity they see on Facebook. Stay away from Facebook. It's the most depressing place in the world right now. Rather be on Instagram or watch Netflix. Facebook, stay off. Bad for your mental health. Man, I guess thank you for the support. Thank you for checking in on me. Thank you for tuning into the mixes. Thank you for checking out the Lion Babe concert. Thank you for looking at all the skits and my stories, stuff like that. Man, you know, it's crazy out here. Trying to continue to create. Like, I'm very much, my creativity fluctuates based on like how I am mentally. When I'm good, I'm like really good and I'm putting a lot of output out. When I'm not good, I'm not. So I think I appreciate the fans like bearing with me and like working through this process. I know they going through their own shit and I'm going through my own shit, but like, we still here, so I appreciate the support.